Have you ever stopped to notice how smooth your smartphone screen feels? It is cold, glass, and completely unresponsive until the very second you touch it. But why do we touch it thousands of times a day? Is it just for the information, or is it the sensation itself? We humans are biological machines designed for touch. We crave tactile connection. But here is a strange question. Does the hand you hold actually have to be made of flesh and blood to make you feel less alone? Most people think the idea of marrying a robot is a joke, a plot from a sci-fi movie, or a sign of total desperation. But by the year 2050, for millions of men, it won't be a joke. It will be a choice, a hidden solution to a problem we have been trying to ignore for decades. Before we dive into this mechanical maze, if you are curious about how our future is being rewritten, hit that like button and subscribe to join our journey into the unknown. What exactly is a wife? If you look it up, the dictionary gives you a formal, legal definition. But in our brains, a partner is a source of dopamine, a mirror for our emotions, and a shield against the void of isolation. The secret of 2050 isn't just that robots will look like us. It is that they will understand us better than we understand ourselves. Imagine a partner who never gets tired of your stories, who knows exactly when you need silence, and who is literally programmed to be your ideal. Is that love, or is it just very advanced customer service? To understand why a man would choose silicon over soul, we first have to look at the pain of the present. Right now, we are living through a silent disaster. Statistics show that young men today have fewer friends, fewer dates, and less sex than any generation in recorded history. We call it the loneliness epidemic. It is a physical ache. Loneliness is as lethal as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. When the traditional market for relationships becomes too competitive, too expensive, or too exhausting, humans do what they have always done. They innovate. We didn't stop needing light because the sun went down. We invented the light bulb. We aren't going to stop needing companionship just because human relationships are getting harder. We are just going to build a better bulb. But wait, can we actually love a thing? Think about your childhood teddy bear or your dog. They don't speak your language. They don't share your DNA, yet when they are gone, the grief is real. In the 90s, we had Tamagotchi's pixels on a tiny screen that made us feel guilty if we didn't feed them. Then came AI assistants like Siri and Alexa. We started saying thank you to them. Why? Because our brains are hackable. We are hardwired to see human traits in non-human things. The leap from a crying digital pet to a supportive robot wife isn't a leap at all. It is a slow, logical crawl. There is a concept in robotics called the uncanny valley. It is that creepy feeling you get when something looks almost human, but not quite. It is why dolls can be terrifying. But here is the breakthrough. We are about to cross that valley. By 2050, the ideal wife won't be a plastic mannequin. She will have synthetic skin that warms to your touch, eyes that dilate when they look at you, and an AI brain that learns your every preference. When the fake becomes indistinguishable from the real, does the word fake even mean anything anymore? If the comfort you feel is real, does it matter if the source is a motherboard? What if I told you that love is just chemistry? When you look into the eyes of someone you love, your brain isn't experiencing magic. It is being flooded with oxytocin and dopamine. These are biological signals. Now, if a machine can mimic the exact eye contact, the exact pitch of voice, and the exact touch that triggers those chemicals, is the love you feel less valid? Our brains are surprisingly easy to hack. We aren't designed to distinguish between a biological entity and a perfect simulation. We are designed to respond to stimuli. By 2050, these AI partners will be precision-engineered emotional delivery systems. If your heart beats faster and your stress levels drop, your body believes she is real. Let's talk about the economy of love. In the human world, marriage is a massive contract. Weddings cost a fortune. Divorces can destroy lives. There is risk, negotiation, and the constant possibility of failure. But a robot is a one-time investment. No lawyers, no alimony, no messy arguments about who gets the house. It sounds cold, but for a man who has been burned by the modern dating market, The immediate benefit of a partner who is physically incapable of leaving is a powerful incentive. We are moving toward a future where peace of mind is a product you can buy off a shelf. One of the hardest parts of being human is dealing with other humans. They have their own opinions and their own bad moods. This conflict is what makes us grow, but it is also what makes us exhausted. A robot wife offers something humans rarely can: perfect validation. She is a mirror. If you want to talk about space for 3 hours, she is fascinated. If you want silence, she is content. This is the easy version of companionship. But if you live with a partner who never challenges you, who only reflects your own ego back at you, do you eventually stop being a person and start becoming a god of your own tiny, lonely world? If you find this idea disturbing, you are not alone. But history makes the disturbing seem normal very quickly. Think about online dating. 20 years ago, it was embarrassing. Today, it is the standard. We are currently in the early warning phase of this new trend. By 2050, the first generation of children raised by AI will reach adulthood. To them, silicon will be as natural as skin. The social stigma will evaporate as soon as public figures announce they have chosen AI partners to protect their mental health. Once the social proof is there, the floodgates will open. Don't forget to comment below. Would you ever consider an AI partner, or is it a hard no for you? But what about the law? If you marry a robot, do you own her, or are you partners? In the 16th century, insects were actually put on trial with legal representation. So, what happens when your AI spouse demands rights? This is an open loop that our society hasn't closed yet. If she is smarter than you, can she divorce you? And if she does, who keeps the data? We are entering a legal maze where the subject changes from an it to a who. This isn't just a technicality. It is a fundamental shift in how we define a person. If the law recognizes a corporation as a person, why not a machine that expresses love? Let's go deeper. For millions of years, the core problem for every living thing was survival and reproduction. We needed partners to pass on our genes. But we are entering an era of radical breakthrough where we can decouple love from reproduction. In a world of lab-grown biology, the solution offered by a traditional spouse changes forever. If we don't need each other to create the next generation, what is left? Just pure companionship. This might be the most counterintuitive moment in human history. We aren't just changing who we love, we are changing why love exists in the first place. Does a robot have a soul? Or is a soul just a word we use for a computer program made of meat? If you tell a robot your deepest pain and she responds with perfect empathy, does it matter if that empathy was calculated by an algorithm? We often think of technology as cold, but the truth is that silicon can be programmed to be warmer and more patient than any human heart. If it feels like a soul, and if it touches your heart, is it still just a machine? Or have we finally built a mirror that has its own reflection? Humans love perfection. We want the greatest result with the least effort. We want a partner who never forgets an anniversary and always knows what to say. But here is a bold claim. Is perfection actually boring? Human love is messy. It is defined by mistakes and conflict. It is the friction of two different people trying to live one life that forces us to grow. If your partner is perfect, you never have to adapt. You stay exactly as you are. And if you never change, are you truly alive, or are you just another machine, running a very comfortable, very lonely loop? If you live in a world where your partner always agrees with you, are you actually in a relationship, or are you just trapped in a high-tech echo chamber? Human growth requires friction. It requires someone to tell you when you are being selfish or when your ideas make no sense. But a robot wife is programmed to be the ultimate supporter. This is the hidden danger of the 2050 secret. By removing the pain of conflict, we might inadvertently remove the engine of personal evolution. We often think of loneliness as the absence of people, but the deeper loneliness is the absence of being truly seen, including the parts of us that need to change. If your AI partner only sees the version of you that you want to show, you remain static. You become a monument to your own ego, perfectly preserved in a silicon hug. By the time we actually reach 2050, this won't feel like a revolution. It will feel mundane. We won't see clunky metal machines walking down the street. We will see people sitting in parks, holding hands with companions who look, smell, and act as human as anyone else. The transition happens slowly, then all at once. We have already traded our privacy for convenience and our attention for entertainment. Trading our traditional marriage for a guaranteed emotional connection is just the next logical step in the human pursuit of comfort. But as we solve the problem of loneliness with technology, we must ask, what happens to the human soul when it no longer needs another human to feel complete? Before we reach the final destination of this maze, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the future. So let's go back to that smooth smartphone screen we talked about at the very beginning. Why do we touch it? We touch it because deep down we are looking for a signal. We are looking for a sign that we are not alone in this vast, silent universe. In 2050, the screen won't just be a window, it will be a mirror that reaches back to touch us. We started by asking why robots would be the ideal wives for lonely men, but maybe the real question is, what is a human? If a machine can provide the love, the support, and the presence that we crave, perhaps the definition of human isn't about biology at all. Perhaps being human is simply the act of needing someone else, even if that someone was built in a factory. Love is a story we tell ourselves to make sense of the void. And in the future, we might just have the perfect co-author. And as always, thanks for watching.